Hello. Let me untangle this wire here. Excuse me. Okay, so welcome to the next episode of Extra8Hours, the podcast. It's also a video podcast now. To give you a little idea of how I'm doing this right now, is my morning routine. I'm doing a little stretching. I just did my dream recall, and I'm just going to talk as I stretch, kill two birds with one stone type of deal. So if I'm looking down, as I am right now, that's the reason for it. I'm looking towards my foot. I'm trying to reach. So today I'm just going to talk a little bit about where I'm at in the lucid dreaming and just kind of have a little bit of an audio diary for what my progress is, what I'm working on, and trying to become obviously the best lucid dreamer I can be. So to be honest, I haven't been lucid dreaming for the past 2 or 4 months now. Holy crap. 4 months ago, I was big into lucid dreaming, but then I went on a little trip, you could say, for 2 months. And in those 2 months, I really got out of the habit of taking down my dreams in a dream journal, and especially practicing my lucid dreaming techniques, being the reality checks throughout the day. And I was just wasn't very conscious of the fact that I was in the waking world and not in the dream world. If you know what I mean. Which I could talk about that a little bit. So one tactic there is, if you don't know much about lucid dreaming, one tactic that there is that you can kind of be aware your whole day. It's spiritual in a sense, because you're just being aware of the fact that you're in the waking world. Because when you're asleep, oftentimes when you look around, things won't be normal. They won't be the same as they will be. The stretch hurts. They won't be the same as they would be in the waking world. For example, I look around here, the books are all on the shelf. There's a huge mess behind me. The walls are all plain. In my dreams, the walls might be having this distorted color or look. The words on the books might be moving around. Simple things like that wouldn't be the same in my dream as they are in real life, right? They're different in your dreams. So that's one thing I've been, messing up on. The stretch seems like it needs two hands. What a weird thing to listen to. Okay, so what I've been doing today, I've just been starting getting back into my dream recall. So today I remember to wake up and I started writing down what I dreamt the night before. To be honest, I used to be able to write, I literally could write for maybe 10, 15, 30 minutes if I really wanted to, just sit there and write about my dreams. I probably wrote for 2, 3 minutes today, and I remembered pretty much all I could. I don't remember my dream. Oh, I was basically working. That's what my dream was. It's very funny with your dreams. You basically just do whatever you do mostly throughout the day. So I've been working a lot lately. So I had a dream that basically I was working. So really what I wanted to get at is the first thing that you ever have to do in order to get your dream recall up, or to get your lucid dreaming ability up, is first to get your dream recall up, right? Because if you don't remember your dreams, it doesn't matter how often you get lucid in your dreams, because how would you know the next day? You have no memory of it. So that's really why I've been working on my dream recall. The way you can do that, dream recall, guys, oh man, dream recall is one of the easiest things to work on too. I mean, I plan on having guests on this podcast eventually, so I could have a little bit more in-depth analysis on, how can you improve your dream recall to the max. But the pure fundamentals of it is just simply, just think of it before you go to sleep and try to remember as soon as you wake up. The last thought before you go to bed simply should be just that you want to remember your dream tomorrow night. That's how I did it today. I just remembered last night I was falling asleep. I'm going to try to remember my dream today. And then when I woke up, this is the hard part, honestly, is just trying to think of your dream. Very, very first thing, because dreams are weird. They're stored in your short-term memory. So you can technically remember them in the morning. And I'm sure a lot of you have had the experience of waking up. Okay, you wake up and then maybe you remember what you dreamed. And then 5 minutes later, you have no idea. Same idea. So where was I going with that? So yeah, just trying to remember them as soon as you wake up, having some sort of anchor in your room maybe, so to remind you, I should say, some anchor in your room to remind you that you should think of what did you dream last night is a great way to improve your dream recall. There's a few ways you can do that. Ooh, good stretch. One way, for example, you can have some sort of poster on your ceiling so that when you wake up, look up, and it might say something like something that reminds you that you want to remember your dream. So it could literally just say, remember your dream, or any sort of thing, anything that puts you that way. Maybe a poster in the movie Inception might be good for you. The next thing that you can do, I like having a dream recall app on my phone so it can give me a notification to wake up in the morning. Now, honestly, this is good and bad because sometimes you get so many notifications on your phone, you don't even remember or you don't even notice what they say. That's one problem I've had personally. So if that's you too, maybe you don't want to do this. And then because typically most people, the first thing they do in the morning is check their phone, which I know is a bad habit, but it's true. So that's another thing you could do, or just pure will it to happen, and just remember your dream. And then the next thing that a lot of people ask is, what's the difference between writing it in a dream journal or, writing it in in your phone or some sort of electronic dream diary. And honestly, to me, I don't find a huge difference. I do find that typically when I write by hand in a dream journal, or just writing by hand notes, even for a class, for example, I find I do remember a little bit better personally, and I have a deeper connection. Something about using your hand for the motor skill or something. I don't know what it is, but for me personally, it does help to write it physically. Just the thing is, it's just too much work. Honestly, I can type a lot faster than I can write, and then when I'm typing, for 30 minutes, to do the same job in writing might take me an hour. The other one advantage though that dream journals have over electronic dream diaries is that you're able to draw as well, and you can kind of go back a little bit easier and put little things in the margins. So that's one thing that is honestly quite a good benefit. So if you're the type of person that you like to draw, you're very artistic, and writing's not a huge, or I mean, writing is a pretty big deal for you. Like you really enjoy to write, and it's not writing at a snail's pace like myself. Maybe writing in a dream journal would probably be best for you. Other than that, really, all I plan on doing with this kind of podcast is just documenting my journey there. I'm trying to get as good as possible again, and then I'm going to teach you guys exactly what maneuvers I'm going to be trying. So tonight, all my goal is going to really be simply, by the end of this week, I want to be able to remember my dreams consistently in the morning. Very easy thing to do. So I'll report back eventually, hopefully tomorrow morning as well, with my progress. Other than that, I also do plan for the show. I do plan on trying to get some, how would you call it? Some guests on the show to talk about their lucid dreaming experiences and try to learn from them too. So that is all. I hope you enjoyed, or at least learned a little bit. I just rambled pretty much for 8 minutes and it felt like eternity. So yeah, have a good day and enjoy your night, guys.